Y'all, it is time to introduce the host of the Playlisted podcast, Austin Burke.
What's up? How we doing? All right. Thank you guys for coming out to the Greenlight Bar. This is the Playlisted podcast. It's going to be a good night. We've got a lot of talented guests, some awesome guest hosts as well. Dean, how are you, brother?
Things are good. Can't complain.
Yeah?
I have a weird week coming up, but
Why?
I'm playing a million shows during the week and none on the weekend.
And you're playing after this, too.
I'm playing after this, which I might regret saying yes to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And for the people watching the podcast, they don't know what time, but it's currently 7 o'clock. So we're going to finish around 8:30, maybe 9.
And I'll start at
you have a show
10:15.
10:15 till what, 2?
Hopefully not, but we'll find out.
That's the life. That's the life right there.
It's something.
And you don't drink ever, but you are now.
I'm like giving myself a beer these days.
Okay.
I just won't do seven shots of tequila.
If you're playing
anymore.
till 2 in the morning, you better have a beer.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
crazy.
Broadway at 2 in the morning is you know how that is.
Yeah, that sucks. That's
the only time I see you down there is after a long day.
Yeah, I try not to go there anymore.
Smart.
That gets me in trouble. All right, well, without further ado, give it up for tonight's guest hosts, Ava Suppelsa and Sophia Scott.
Let's go.
Let's go. We got Ava Suppelsa right here and Miss Sophia Scott. How are you guys doing? Here are your mics. Get comfy, settle in. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
You didn't know what you signed up for, did you?
I had no idea.
Excited.
No idea at
So,
all, actually.
Ava has been, we talk a little bit on this show about finding your core people that you write with, finding those people that, no matter what happens, you can write a hit song with. And Ava's that person for me. And it was very early on. I'll share the story later on in the podcast. But, you've always been in my corner and I've always been in yours. And I think that's what it takes in this town is to find people that you need to know you're going to get a good song no matter what. Because you got to go out there and you got to write with everybody and try to find that team. But once you find that person, it's special. So anyways, Ava's one of my favorite co-writers. She's one of the best young songwriters in town. Got a song on the charts right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's exciting. And Miss Sophia Scott.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
This is our first time meeting.
I know. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm pumped to have you. And you got a song coming out this Friday.
Yes.
It's called Either Way.
It is.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
told me that's your bisexual song. Is that real? I don't know.
Yes.
It is real.
It is real.
He called it out immediately.
No
but yeah.
way.
But it is, yeah. It's
That's
really
kinda
just
cool.
about loving who you love.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, no pun intended. All right. Well, cool. Well, you're going to play it a little later for us, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to explain the podcast to you guys. I'm going to explain it to you so you know what to expect and what's happening tonight. A lot of you are like, what the hell's going on? So, the show's called Playlisted. Back in 2017, my life changed forever. I was put on Hot Country playlist, and I was working at a restaurant and literally changed my life overnight. My goal, my dream is to create a playlist that is so big, that's bigger than anything, that if you get A-listed, you make the playlist, it changes your life too. This is episode 11. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. You're about to see some amazing talent. We got 6 artists tonight. They're going to come up on stage. They're going to sing a song. They're going to try to impress us here. We're going to give them some feedback. We're going to give them that's the thing is, like, we've all been in town for a while, right? Like, we have done some stupid shit. We've done some smart shit. And maybe there's something that we can help somebody out with that they can cut, this 10-year town into maybe a 5-year town. So that's kind of my goal with the show, and it's going to be a good time. So buckle up.
All right.
Hell
Buckle
yeah,
up.
let's go.
With that said, I will let you guys draw the first name from the hat. You can just say it.
Bronco. Last name assistants. Redahan? Redahan.
Yeah.
Why I went so
Bronco.
spicy with that.
Redahan sounds like, yeah. Redahan. Yeah. Come on,
like
it's
that. It
he's
sounds-
country, Redahan, man.
Redahan. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're so right. I should have known that.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. I feel like, one of my main goals of this show and having people on the panel is to give people insight into the songwriting world, into the artist world, and kind of peel back that curtain so that people realize, what really happens in real life. And both of you guys are songwriters, and you're an artist, and your job is to write songs. Like, literally, your job is to write songs. How cool is that? It's kind of like what a lot of kids grow up dreaming. Tell me a little bit about like how you got into music, and then I guess we'll start with like how you moved to Nashville. What was that process like?
I was always singing, doing musical theater music as a kid. I started gigging, writing my own songs, playing guitar around like 11, 12. I'm from Chicago, around there. Chicago, all right. I went to Berklee College of Music for 2 years, and when I was 19, I said, who needs college? And I dropped out, and I moved to Nashville, knowing nobody, and just tried to figure it out from there, worked every crappy job you can imagine, and then met people like Austin, and that helped a lot get the ball moving.
Yeah. Similar, I guess. I'm from Colorado. And, are you from Colorado? Let's go. Where?
What part? Yeah.
Fort Collins? Oh, well, you're my rival. I mean, well, I'm
Colorado
Colorado,
Springs?
Buffalo.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
But I was going to bring this up. Let's go Broncos. Pun intended with Bronco.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what
Right
part of
here.
Colorado are you from?
From Boulder.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
My wife
Yeah.
went to high school, Castle Rock.
Oh,
So
yeah, totally.
Highlands Ranch
We
area.
played them, I think.
Check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right,
Yeah.
so you're from Colorado originally. Sorry.
From Colorado. No, it's fine.
Nice.
I'm from Colorado. I lived in California for a long time, in LA, and I was writing country music, which was semi-difficult there, especially at that point. And people were just like, why aren't you in Nashville? Like, what are you doing here? And I had made a lot of trips here, like a lot of songwriting trips, and ultimately was like, oh, I just like really need to be there. And so I moved here in 2019, and it's been a journey.
How did you fall in love with country music on the West Coast? Because I'm from Arizona, so I always get that question. But where like who was the artist that inspired you? Like what made you fall in love with country music out there?
I mean, that's a good question. I think that like what I really fell in love with beyond even just an artist, there was like many artists, but like it was really just like the storytelling aspect, which like anyone that knows me knows that I'm a storyteller with or without music. It's like I know how to tell a really,
She's
really
a yapper.
long story. It's like my friend's joke that I always say, long story short, and then like tell the longest story ever. And
It's my wife.
yeah. Yeah. And so I think for me, it was like really a lot about just like the storytelling. And that's like what really drove me to country music, was just like, oh, I can connect with this, and the way that this is like, and I'll never forget BJ at Warner Chappell, who signed me, was like, you know, there are so many, and especially I feel like this is a good thing to say here, but like there are so many talented musicians, like so many incredible singers, guitar players, drummers, whatever. What really matters is what you have to say. And so I think that really spoke to me, and like that has always been my North Star with country music, is like, oh, they really have something to say, because, you know, in other genres, it's not necessarily like that thing, if you know what I mean.
No, totally. I love that.
But to answer your question, Shania was like a
Shania.
huge one for me.
Oh yeah. Shania, absolutely. Yeah, I think Garth Brooks, and everyone jokes about pop country, but Garth Brooks and Shania Twain got so big that it reached the airwaves in Arizona for me.
Yeah.
So that was who I grew up listening to as well. But they were the biggest artists at the time. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. And so I love that, you know, now you see, and we'll talk about this in a second. I saw you were on tour in Europe.
Yes.
But it's like country's so much bigger now, and it's just so fun. So keep that thought in mind.
'Kay.
We got probably the coolest name so far on the podcast, Mr. Bronco Redahan. And it's a cool name. Cool name. All right, give it
Go
up for
Broncos.
Yeah, go Broncos. Give it up for Bronco Redahan singing his song Front Sight Post.
Come on in, my old friend. Haven't seen you since Reggie passed. How's your mom and how's the job? We've been through hell, but we made it back. Your tattoo's faded, still can't sleep. Tough as nails, but my ears still ring. I'd be better if I was at this bar throwing darts, talking about loving Warren, coming home in a hero's uniform. A couple of southern boys, what did we know about leaving home? That ain't the way to see the world through a front side post. Still smells the same, nothing's changed except for the price of a 2-for-1. And the music's loud and a younger crowd picking fights just for the fun. And we reminisce on the lines we crossed, raise a toast to those we lost. I'd be better if I was at this bar throwing darts, talking about loving Warren, coming home in a hero's uniform. A couple of southern boys, what did we know about leaving home? That ain't the way to see the world through a front side post. No, no. Years they pass us by like ships do in the night, and I hope they have a bar like this on the other side. I'd be better if I was at this bar throwing darts with you, talking about loving Warren, coming home in hero's uniform. A couple of southern boys, what did we know about leaving home? That ain't the way to see the world through a front side post. No, no, through a front side post. Thank you.
Bronco Redahan. Man, what's that song about?
I grew up in South Alabama, in a military town, and brothers and mother and father all served. I have a twin sister who married a military guy, and that was not my path, but I've always been so close to it, and it means so much to me, veterans and those who are serving. So I wanted to write a song about the experience that I got to see going to like my local bars in my hometown, and kind of trying to get as close as I could with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely had that, like, two guys kind of talking at a bar vibe. And it did remind me of Tom Petty, which I see here that you have a great Tom Petty story. So I gotta ask what that story is. And I apologize. We're going to move this table in a second. You don't need to turn your neck to look back.
Yeah, it's cool.
You can take the mic off the
I'll go
stand
the long
if you
way,
want.
man.
Here, you know
I'll
what?
go
Here,
this way.
hold on. We'll just do this real quick.
Yeah, Tom Petty is my guy. Tom Petty and Bob Dylan. I love the like Traveling Wilburys, the old '80s band that had like just the superstars. But I will try to make this long story very short. Basically, I've always had this affinity. I've always felt like I was connected to him. And I was bartending at Skoll's Rainbow Room on Printer's Alley a few years ago when he was still alive, and he had just signed this band, and he had produced this band. And I was like, I had told my best pal, I was like, listen, Tom Petty's going to go to this show in L.A. He's going to go up top. No one's going to be there. We should buy tickets and go. And my friend is like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. And so we go to LA, we sneak upstairs to the Troubadour where it was all locked up, stayed and like kind of hung out in the shadows of the stairwell of the Troubadour. And yeah, double doors, Tom Petty comes out with his like longtime manager. And I was like, that's him, that's my guy. And the guy I'm with pulls out like a little, a smoking thing. And like pulls it up and says, Tom. And Tom like pulls his out. And they kind of go back and forth. And my buddy's like, you should meet him. And I was like, no, there's like no way I'm not meeting my hero. One bad day for him is like a lifetime for me. But I ended up like hanging and like talking to his manager about like his Christmas party. And the guy was like, who is this guy? But what's cool about that is that same weekend that we decided to go on a whim, I met my wife.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
So like Tom Petty is the catalyst.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Love that.
Damn. You met her in LA?
Yeah, I met her in LA.
That's wild. And you were out here in Nashville and then just went out there.
Yeah, and then I was like, someone's got to make a move, and I was like, I will gladly do it. And we ended up like moving in studio Sherman Oaks, where he like a block from where he filmed the Free Fallin' music video. That was like the only LA I ever knew as a kid.
Wow.
Was like watching that very old music video.
That's so cool.
So it was
That's
awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Your first
You can
time
go
being.
first. You
Oh, I
First
was gonna.
time
Well,
being
I
host.
was gonna say, do you listen to Counting Crows at all?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like hearing like very Counting Crows vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I specifically really like the throwing darts line, big dart girl. But no, I thought it was amazing. Like, I mean, talking about storytelling, it was like I was following along as if it was like a full story, and I felt like it like came directly from your heart, which is like the best songs. And yeah, I heard that. I love. Also, I saw Tom Petty the last show he ever played in LA.
No way.
Yeah.
Where? Where was it?
Oh my God! It was
Bowl?
at the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, I was gonna say the Brooklyn Bowl, the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
than Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. I
Slightly.
was like, oh shit, where is that? Where was that? It was the Hollywood Bowl.
There's no bowling alley at the Hollywood Bowl. So.
Yeah, but great song. Great song.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful song. Great storytelling, great imagery. Lyrically, loved it. The verse, I've personally actually thought the verse melody, to me, like right away, really captivated me, and I almost felt like it felt slightly tighter even than your chorus melody a little bit. Like that verse melody right off the bat, I was like, dang, that's like note for note. I could like, I'm a music theory nerd, and I could like see that verse melody written out beautifully, perfectly. And when it came back, this could just be a personal thing, but I honestly preferred the verse melody to the chorus melody, which in a storytelling song is great. I mean, to me, that's like totally perfect. In a commercial, like if you're going radio, that might be something to think about. But if you don't care about that, who cares?
Yeah.
Then keep it to whatever it is. That's my only feedback. But it's positive feedback in that, like right off the bat, that verse melody to me was like melodically super tight.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, man, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Bronco.
It was great to have you. You were
Beautiful.
awesome. Absolutely. All right. You want to draw the next name here?
Sophia, it's all you.
Sophia.
I can't hit my drum roll. Just a
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Matt Koziol. Yeah.
All right. So, got some cool news. Very cool news. If you crush on the show, you make the A-list, okay? That's kind of the thing. It used to not mean anything. It now means something. We have just partnered with Pickers Vodka, Big Machine Vodka, and we are now doing a round once a month down at Big Machine Distillery downtown. The artists are going to get paid, going to get free parking, open tab. But here's the kicker. Big Machine A&R team's going to be there. And so it's
cool.
exciting.
That's awesome.
It's very exciting
Hell yeah.
because it means something to make the A-list. It means something to have that opportunity to play in front of, a record label and maybe get signed. Who knows? So that's a deal that I'm very pumped about. So thank you to Pickers
amazing.
Vodka to making that happen. And
Wow, that's
go
so
get
cool.
your $5 shots. So anyways, with that said, do you have a record deal?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
With Empire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shabuzi's on
Yeah,
there.
he sure
That's
is.
awesome. How did
Matt is also on Empire.
what?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
He just
sick.
signed back there.
Well, you're not going to the Big Machine thing.
He doesn't need an A&R.
I do like Big Machine.
Well, yeah.
I'll
well,
probably just go to hang out.
congratulations. Shit.
man.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That is very cool. So, tell me about how did you get this deal? How did that happen?
So I met Eric Hurt, who, do you know Eric?
I
He used to work at Black. Well, no, he was at Black River a long time ago publishing,
Okay.
and now he's back on the publishing side of the Empire deal. But he found me, and it was it was right before COVID. We were talking a bunch, and then COVID happened, and so that kind of fell out for a sec. But he found me before I had moved to Nashville, and was just one of the key people that was I feel like your country and should move to Nashville.
And you need those people.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and I mean, biggest blessing that has ever happened to me was moving here. So I mean, really, it was just a lot of conversations with him. I mean, for over a year, I would say. And just sending him music back and forth. And then I met Heather Vassar, who had just come on their team on the marketing side, which now she's just the head of everything. And I don't know, they just believed in me, and I was really excited about them because they sort of do things differently than I guess other major labels in town, especially for the type of music that I was putting out. It just felt like the right fit, and so I signed the deal.
That's so cool. Yeah. It's one of those things. It's I'm independent, so I've been independent since I've been here, and talked with every label and turned down record deals and been turned down, but it's you got to find your team, and whether that includes a record label or just management, publishing, you got to find those people that believe in you and want to elevate you to that next level. So that's a huge part of this show, is showing people that there are different ways to do things, and it's getting a record deal is obviously the dream, I think, for every artist in this room, but you got to have the right record label and the right team, right? And it sounds like you do. I
mean, the number one thing that I think that I've learned throughout this entire industry and just my life is that you can have whoever, and it's they could be the biggest name in the industry, but if they don't believe in you, it doesn't mean as much. And you can find someone that is really willing to work and willing to grind and champion you, and those people often will surprise you more than what you think is the major deal, whatever. It's finding people that believe in you, I think, is really the main thing.
100%. Could not agree more. All right, well, let's hear from your label partner here. Everybody, please give it up for Matt Koziol singing his song, The Fire.
The sky's on fire, embers flying, ash covers the road. Live or die, you'll find me running up this hill alone. They tell me I should leave this burning house. She's not the safest place to stay, but I still call her home. We covered up the cracks with perfect pictures on the wall. Well, it seems as though we're doing fine while flames come down the hall. But the roof is caving in as frame begins to fall, and soon enough the blaze will take it all. Well, I can blame it on my stubborn pride, let them claim I'm crazy and question why the hell I'm even trying. Our love was like a hurricane. I Held her hand, she cursed my name. They say love can make you blind. But this house burned down long before the fire. Well, you can't win a fight when you're swinging underwater. And it's hard to be a lover to a girl who hates her father. The promises you tried to keep around, all like water under broken bridges now. Well, I can blame it on my stubborn pride, let them claim I'm crazy and question why the hell I'm even trying. Our love was like a hurricane. I held her hand, she cursed my name. They say love can make you blind. But this house burned down long before the fire. Well, I can blame it on my stubborn pride. Let them claim I'm crazy and question why the hell I'm even trying. Oh, our love was like a hurricane. I held her hand, she cursed my name. They say love can make you blind. They say love can make you blind. But this house burned down long before the fire.
Koziol, everybody.
All right.
That was awesome, man. What's that
Thanks.
song about?
It was about, so I wrote it with two friends. I came in hungover, and I had this idea about this thing I heard in high school. There was this guy named Harry Truman at Mount St. Helen who had died. He stayed in this volcanic eruption that like stayed or happened in the town from Mount St. Helen. And everybody told him to leave. They were like, hey, you should get out before this, comes to your house. And he was like, well, my wife died in this house. My kids were raised here, so I'm going to stay in this house and just let it take me. And I always thought that was a pretty cool story. And for some reason, that story popped in my head that morning. And I was in a 7-year relationship where everybody kept telling me to leave, and I, for some reason, just stayed. Like, I had no idea why. I think it was just comfort, or I felt like I could save something. I just didn't know how to get out. So I felt as though the story of Harry Truman staying somewhere where he was like, I have to stay here for a purpose. I thought that morning, I was like, man, I stayed in that way probably 4 years longer than I should have stayed.
Yeah.
And I just came in, and I was like, man, comfort's a hell of a drug if you let it be. And we wrote that song about that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful song. What was kind of the breaking point in that relationship? Not to bring it up, but what actually got you out?
It was her dad calling me her roommate, and I was like, okay, cool. I think I'm done here. It was pretty rough.
That'll do it.
It's okay. I mean, I also knew it was over. I knew it was over. I had mourned the death of that relationship like 3 years prior.
Okay.
And I think when we wrote that, it was after that relationship had ended. I just didn't know how to process a lot of it. So I wrote probably like 4 or 5 songs that kind of gave me a little bit of peace leaving. And that was the one where, the reason why that line is the house burned down long before the fires, because I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when and how.
No, that is great. Where are you from, man?
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, what a country voice from New Jersey.
Well, thanks.
It says your favorite show's Jersey Shore.
Damn right it is. It is the greatest show on television for people who don't know. It is also still running strong. It's they have Jersey Shore
Who's
Family
your favorite
Reunion.
character on there?
Oh God, I mean Angelina's the biggest mess, so I tend to love her the most.
Yeah,
but
you feel like you're Angelina.
I feel like Vinny might be. I want to hang with him.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like if I hang out with Mike, I'm gonna go to jail. So for tax evasion for something.
Great.
So
That's
that's my favorite show on TV. Next to White Lotus, which I just finished this morning.
Yeah. By the way, this will date the show, but it was yesterday, right? The
Yeah,
finale. It's pretty
yeah.
good. I've been hearing a lot about it. I gotta watch
Amazing.
that. Yeah, I gotta watch
so
that.
good.
What? So all right, you guys know him.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're freaking
Do it.
label mates. So what do you think? I mean, you don't
I
have
wanna-
to rip them too hard or anything, but tell them what you think.
I want to hear it.
I feel like Ava has something to say, like on the tip of her tongue.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I'm a big Matt Koziol fan. I've listened to your record. I know this song. I wrote a song on his record.
Yeah, true.
With him. But I love the hook of this song. I was just like mentally remembering my favorite things about it. The hook. I love how your verse melody echoes the guitar part. I love that. And we both had a visceral reaction to "It's hard to love a girl who hates her father." We were both like,
But that was
God.
probably like the most brutally honest line of that song. I was
that line is
yeah.
is painful. But there's so many lyrical like nuggets in the song. It's so good. You're just
Thank you.
masterful songwriter. So
Thank you.
that's what I have to say.
Well, coming from one that means a lot. Thank you.
Well, we've like weirdly, because we have had similar situations. We're friends. We've talked about our relationships and like the similarities between them. And I was also in a really long relationship, and I remember my brother saying to me, "Soph, the house is on fire. Why aren't you getting out?" And so that whole hook and whole story just resonates so much with me. And I mean, we've talked about it, and I think you did such a good job of explaining it.
Thanks, guys.
No, for sure. I actually
I feel it.
No, I think everybody can feel it. I actually went off on my little sister last night. I went to the Preds game, had a few too many drinks, and she's just in this awful relationship with this guy. He is.
That's
like,
what Big Brother's
no,
for,
he's
though.
such a piece of shit. He really is. No,
I
he's
hope
so-
he watches
Putting
this.
this in the podcast.
No, 100%. I'm not cutting
Oh, he's
this out.
leaving
This
this
is
in.
staying in.
This is staying.
I'll
100%.
cut
I wish
some-
I had that like horn button where it was like
tags
bam,
him.
bam, bam,
Oh no,
you know?
he's terrible. He's terrible. But he,
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
Piece of shit,
He
boyfriend.
sucks. But I guess I was actually thinking about this, and I said to her, I said, the family's sick of this. Like, we're just sick of going through it. And I know that sounds selfish, but it's like, I think sometimes in relationships, you get in these moments where you just like don't know how to get out, right? And like you don't know, like it's normal. It's okay. It just feels okay, and it's just like getting through the day is like easy sometimes. Sometimes it's hard, but it's like, that's just what she knows. And so I think that song would really hit me because I was thinking about her and that situation she's in, and it's like this house has been on fire for a long time. So with that said, the song is gonna be A-listed, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Just awesome song. Is it out?
I feel like I'm in like a Jersey Shore arcade building
Thank you.
right now.
There you go. There you go.
I just
That's
won
your
like
Jersey
a
Shore
fucking
moment right there.
bunny in a fucking stuffed animals machine or something.
Are you?
Yeah, that song's out.
We're
It's
at the
out.
boardwalk.
Cool.
Yeah, that was
Well,
on my last record from last
You
year.
made the A-list. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yay,
that's
Yay,
awesome.
Matt.
Thank you.
No, you have, dude. There's something like very. You have like a very. What's the word I'm looking for? Like older.
His voice? I was
Yeah.
going to say. It's like all
a-
about your voice, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Thank
like
you.
a very like. If you were like a bourbon, you'd be like a like a really
Stiff one.
aged bourbon. Like a stiff one. Whoa.
We're gonna
Whoa. What do you mean by that?
Okay,
Where's
no,
the
like
sound
a
when you need
strong-
it?
What kind of
a
stiff
strong-
one?
Where's the sound when you need it? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna. All right.
I was going with
caught
the
me off
wah,
guard.
wah, wah, wah.
A strong one.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Like an old, expensive,
drinking.
aged
Yeah,
top
yes.
shelf.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we're
Top
gonna
shelf.
go with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my bio now.
Yeah.
Stiff.
I'm sorry. Cut that out.
If
It'll
you
be on-
were a
it'll be on
bourbon,
my-
you'd be a stiff one.
It'll be on
Sophia
my
Scott.
my Raya profile.
Yeah.
If I were
I need
bourbon,
that.
I'd be
Your
stiff.
next single is called Stiff One. So.
Yeah.
I need
Next to my
spring
picture of me
noise.
holding a fish. It's just all the things that'll make people really love this
I
profile.
love it. Well,
That's awesome.
Matt Koziol, thank you so much,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
I
I
appreciate,
appreciate
it.
it.
Very
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
to meet
Yes,
you.
sir.
I don't know
Yes,
why I
sir.
just gave you
no,
a middle
you gave me
finger
the finger. Give me a stiff finger. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Well, you guys are singing your song that comes
allowed
out
to have
Friday,
another
so
drink?
why don't you get
Sure, we can.
ready and get that freaking thing going. But I'm going to take a quick second and thank our sponsors as they get all set up. Picker the app. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's a community. It's an awesome new app on the App Store. You got to check it out. But they if you're an artist, if you're in the music industry, you have got to download Picker. Music is all about connections. So why is it finding the right people so damn hard? Picker changes the game. Whether you need a studio, an engineer, or a killer sessions player, they got you covered. And with their community board, you can network, post jobs, get advice from real industry pros. The future of recording is here. Download Picker today. I'm having a baby on Tuesday.
Yeah,
not
you
tomorrow,
are.
In a week from Tuesday. Yeah. Very excited. It's another boy. It's baby number 2. I have a boy already, so this is second boy, and his name's gonna be Jack. Actually, I can say this on the podcast because it's gonna come out later. I haven't told anybody. I'll tell you guys before. His name's gonna be Jack Paul Burke.
Aw.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
A
so I'm very
classic
excited
name.
about that. Not Jake Paul.
Jake Paul Burke would be
Dude,
wild.
for the longest time, I hated Jake Paul, but this name has a lot of meaning, so we're excited about it. But
Playlist is sponsored by Prime next because of Austin's baby.
yeah, dude, we're gonna have Prime baby formula.
Contestants are going to box each other after too. Celebrity boxing. It'll be great.
Oh my God. Well, give it up for Sophia Scott and accompanied by Miss Ava Suppelsa singing her song that comes out this Friday, Either Way.
Thank you. Coke or Pepsi for the Chevy, straight up around the rocks. I don't care if it gets me there, I'm good with what I got. Since I can remember, I just follow what feels right. I ride the wind, I like to live with one foot on both sides. It could be a guy who's made for Levi's or a girl with golden green eyes. Love is love and a spade's a spade. I could go either way. Well, I'm living how I want to. I think life is too short not to. If it's black or white, I'm a shade of gray. I could go either way. Blonde or brunette, yeah, the truth is I don't really have a type. If you kiss me good and you treat me right, if you give me butterflies, it could be a guy who's made for Levi's or a girl with golden green eyes. Love is love and a spade's a spade. I could go either way. Well, I'm living how I want to. I think life is too short not to. If it's black or white, I'm a shade of gray. I could go either way. It could be a guy who's made for Levi's or a girl with golden green eyes. Love is love and a spade's a spade. I could go either way. Well, I'm living how I want to. I think life is too short not to. If it's black or white, I'm a shade of gray. I could go either way. Hey, lucky me, more fish in the sea. I could go either way.
I love some Ava harmonies on that. God. Ava sang harmonies on like a lot of my songs, actually, which is always a blessing. So tell me about this song. You introed it as the bisexual song as a joke, but it is kind of. I mean, yeah. Yeah, what's this song about? I mean, how did you guys come up with this idea, and what's the story behind it?
Well, we wrote this song together with Ross Copperman, who is wonderful,
Genius.
incredible genius, hit songwriter, also just lovely person. But it was our first time writing with him, and Sophia and I are best friends all the way down to the matching tattoos. So we are we're in deep permanently. Nice. And we wrote a whole other song this day with him, and I think Sophia made a passing comment about also liking girls. And he was like, wait, I want to write that song. And we were like...
Yeah, I said something that I won't repeat. But
Personal information.
for personal reasons, I've already done enough damage in this podcast already. But yeah, no. I said something and he was like, whoa, that, like, I mean, back to kind of like what I was saying at the beginning about just like, you can write songs. And honestly, the other song that we wrote was also a great song, but I don't think it had like the
personal
We
attachment
gotta know
story.
what you said.
Yeah.
What did you say?
No.
Do you actually want to
We
know?
gotta know. This is not a PG.
It's not up to me.
We
It's-
gotta know what
Well,
you said. Okay.
Okay. It also involves me.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Oh my god.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
That's the end of the story.
Okay. All right. I see
But
where
then
we're
we
headed.
became best friends, and so then we
Oh
were
my
like,
gosh.
"Now that's just we had to write a song about it."
Yeah, we'll say it without saying
Amazing. So all right.
Out on the podcast forever.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Ross is like, whoa. I mean, okay, I gotta ask this question. Was it
Yeah.
nerve-wracking writing with him? Because I mean, if you guys don't know who Ross Copperman is, it's like Ashley Gorley, Ross Copperman, like, I mean, in that order.
You want to know what? Like I feel like going into it, we were both really
And
nervous.
where did you write? Where was it?
At Smack,
At
at the
Smack,
office
yeah,
where he
yeah,
writes.
Yeah, at his studio. But he's like, we were like, we both. Well, also there was like tornado warnings. It was last year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's always damn
Always.
tornado warnings.
but he
here.
was like, we were literally like first verse, half chorus in, and he was like, can I say fuck it?
Oh, you can
fuck
say
it.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
staying.
absolutely.
He was like, we're finishing the song because I think this is important, and like, it's like, you know, it's a touchy topic in Nashville specifically.
Yeah.
I think, and someone like him, like being so excited about it was
Yeah.
so cool.
Is he like a producer type or what's
He's a
his
producer.
role?
He's a
Okay.
producer,
Okay.
writer, but he truly like the nicest guy ever.
The
We were
nicest
both
guy.
beforehand like texting.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to come in with some ideas, concepts. You know, I think the first one, Tumbleweed, was an idea I had written down that I was like, you know, doesn't really apply to Sophia. It was just like a title,
yeah.
that I was like, okay, I have this to throw out, and you know,
We wrote it, and it was a good
we
song.
wrote it.
I mean,
I
I put it out.
She put it
Yeah.
out. But
then we like were jokingly just like being ourselves.
Yeah, you dug
and,
deeper.
and just got deeper. And he was like, "Whoa, where's that song?" And we were like, "Oh, do you want to write that?" And
it started as a joke. That whole
yeah,
like Coke or
yeah.
Pepsi, Ford or Chevy. We were just listing random opposites.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a whole song.
Yeah, and I think that like really the point being, and like even with me, I'm like about to put out a new album, and like I said again from the beginning, I think it's like a matter of what you have to say, and this is something that I believe in. So
For sure.
I'm here saying it, and I know it's, you know, slightly controversial. So
Well, I mean, you're you, and that's all that matters. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I was listening to some of your music actually all day. I was at the gym. I was
Oh,
just trying
hell
to I was trying to dive in. You know, I like to learn a little bit about who we have up here and stuff. And
Yeah.
I feel like just from what I heard, that song is very different. And so, can we expect that from the next project, or is it like
yes,
cool?
I mean, what I will say about this
I'm not
song.
saying bad or good. I'm just saying it's just different. Like you have a very like poppy, but your lyrics are always strong. But it's very like pop country driven.
Yeah.
That was like your vocals. There was a richness in your voice.
Yeah.
Very strong. I think it
Thank
brought
you.
something out of your vocals in
Thank
that song.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like the genre, the country genre of it all is like a little, it weaves in and out. Because I mean, I have a lot of other like Mariah Carey and like R&B and like a lot
Sick.
of like Whitney and TLC influences.
Dean Stiff.
I
over
love
there.
90s R&B. I know. I need to get
Yeah,
a
yeah.
boing noise for the laptop for next
Yeah.
week.
So like I have a lot of soul background, and like so I try to like weave it all together. But I mean, as far as like the things I'm gonna talk about, yeah, like people should be afraid.
Nice.
But that's your personality, you know.
Well,
you
yeah,
always
it's
have,
just like you
got
know,
it.
don't fuck with a songwriter. As
absolutely.
Okay.
Let's draw a name so somebody can come up here. But I'm not done talking about this.
Sydney Shaye.
Sydney Shaye. Come
Lots
on
of
up.
Y's in this name. I like how it looks aesthetically.
Yeah, it looks really cool. So I love that Ross brought that out of you that day, but I think Ava is known for that too.
Oh,
I think
100%.
Ava,
She's my go-to.
Always, anytime we write, there's always that moment that you're like, let's just dig a little deeper. You're always willing to fight for the lyric. I talked a little bit, a couple episodes ago about writing with everybody you can. And my challenge to anybody that's in this room is it's like church when they make you shake someone's hand. Please go and try to get a write with somebody random tonight. That's like what the show's all about. Write with somebody that makes you uncomfortable to go up to them. If you like someone's performance, try to get a write with them. That's what the show's all about. But a specific moment that happened, it was kind of like my life had changed forever. I was, instantly I had 2 songs on Hot Country, and we had a write with 2 other people. It was a 4-way write, my first ever 4-way write. And I won't name their names because it doesn't really matter, but we wrote a good song. And there was something about you. You were brand new to town. I didn't know this at the time, but there was something about Ava, and I was like, I want to write with her again. And it was that 4-way write where like everybody's saying different things, but I was able to see that Ava was special. I was like, I gotta write with her. Like, she just has that. And I think that she just like now is kind of you're in your sweet spot, you're rolling, and like things are happening for you, and it's so exciting to see because you've written so many songs, and I just feel like this proud like brother almost because we kind of came up together, and it's been so fun to just see your journey. You now have a song on the charts. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that's like?
Sure, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you, Austin. Austin really, like, not to just make it us compliment each other back and forth, but I do feel like I need to say he was way further on than I was when I moved here, and I was just lucky to be in that writing room. I got brought in by a different co-writer, and I knew his music. I had already listened to it, was aware. I was so nervous. It was my biggest write I'd had in Nashville with
that's
you.
Crazy.
It was also my first cut ever as a writer.
Hell yeah.
And anyway, Austin really brought me up with him, and anyone that he got to meet, he made sure I got to meet too, said my name in rooms that I wasn't in, did all of that. And those are the types of people that you need to find in Nashville to get anywhere. And I was very fortunate to have that in you. But song on the radio right now with Max McNown. It's called Better Me For You.
Yeah.
And
Let's
it's,
go.
I think it
love
just
that
broke
song.
the top 50. I don't pay for the charts because the charts are expensive to see.
You're about to, though. You're about to.
I know, hopefully. But yeah, that was we wrote the song, and then after we wrote it, he blew up on TikTok and on streaming and all of that. And it was one of those songs that, like, I knew he was talented. I took the write. I was offered the session, even though he kind of had nothing going on. I heard his voice,
With
and I
Jamie
was
Kenny.
like, with Jamie Kenny, who produces his stuff. He's a good friend of ours. And when I heard him sing, I was like, look, I had the day off that day, but I was like, put me in. I'll do the session. He's got a great voice. And then, a year and a half after, he's completely blown up. And
He talks about. I've heard him. My wife's a huge fan. I've become a huge fan. We listen to Max McNown radio all the time.
Love
Benny's a huge fan. I'm sure Jack will be a huge fan. But we listened. I was listening to a pod or something that he was on, and he was talking about how that song was hard for him to sing in the beginning. Did you help him through that? Because I know I was thinking about you. Because I know you did.
Maybe hurt him in that. But this happens. A lot of times, I'm the only female writer in a room with a bunch of guys, and in that song, it was Max, Jamie Kenny, producer, and Trent Dabbs, who's a great songwriter and also an artist in his own right. And a lot of times when we're writing melodies, I will write melodies in my girl register that everyone likes, but they're where it sounds comfortable for me. And all of a sudden, when they go to sing it, poor Max has to sing a girl melody. And so I'm pretty sure the highest melody in that song was one that I'm pretty sure from my memory that was a melody that I
That's an Ava
contributed,
melody, for sure.
and also it's an Ava melody because it's too high for a guy to sing. But Max,
By the way, me and Dan Pellerin call it the Ava touch of genius.
oh my God, what? I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's so
We
nice.
say it all the time.
That's very nice.
I was trying
Thank
to
you.
chime in, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so I think it hurts. I do that a lot where I sing girl melodies and then boys have to sing them.
I love it. Yeah, It's a gift, though.
I've probably done that to you, too.
Well, go check out Brown Eyes, right?
Brown Eyes, Better Me For You.
Better Me
It's
For
got
You.
the parentheses,
Yeah.
so both will both
Amazing
work.
song. Amazing
Thank you.
song. All right, well,
Sydney.
give it up for Miss Sydney Shaye singing her song Stubborn Stallion.
I'm jealous of your mirror. It gets to see your face. I'll never understand why you had no way. Was it a conversation, confrontation, something you'll never say? Did I get too close and now you're so cold? But I don't wanna run away. I can't lead a horse to water if it doesn't want to drink. And I can't heal the burn marks on your heart. I can't even say the right thing. Am I just another fool? You'll just do what you wanna do. Stubborn stallion, don't see your midnight tears. I wonder how you dry them. You blame it on the weather, but you still wake up by knowing inhibition, a bad decision, something you'll never say. Did I get too close and now you're so cold? But I'm begging you to stay. I can't lead a horse to water if it doesn't want to drink. And I can't heal the burn marks on your heart. I can't even say the right thing. Am I just another fool? You'll just do what you wanna do. Stubborn stallion. I can't lead a horse to water if it doesn't want to drink. And I can't heal the burn marks on your heart. I can't even say I can't lead a horse to water if it doesn't want to drink. And I can't heal the burn marks on your heart. I can't even say the right thing. Am I just another fool? You'll just do what you wanna do. Stubborn stallion, stubborn stallion, stubborn stallion, stubborn stallion.
Sydney Shaye.
Thank you.
Oh, incredible voice. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Central Florida, a town called DeLand.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about that song and kind of what made you want to write that.
Well, that song was so different than any song I'd ever written. So over the last year, a year ago, I was working an office job in marketing. And it was really great because it paid my bills, but it was terrible because I just hated life every other hour of the day because I just wanted to be doing this. But thankfully, I was able to find a really great producer. And at the time, I had a studio date. I would set them a month in advance, so I had something to look forward to. And I thought I knew what song I was going to do. And then I got a text. I was out fishing with my father. He was visiting me. And my producer was like, I don't think that this is the one that we're going to record. And when I get that text, I'm like, oh, because I didn't have anything else in mind at the time. And so I kind of was very upset, too. And so what I did, I had an hour ride back home, and my dad was driving. I pulled up YouTube and went through blank tracks, and I went one by one, and my poor dad...
Wait, your dad said this?
My producer was the one that was like, we need another song to record for our session. He kind of shot down the one that we were going to do, which I appreciate a lot. And it made me write this song. I just went through tracks and I started writing it, and I had some inspired lyrics. I think the title "Stubborn Stallion" sounded really cool to me. And
So is this a solo, right? 100%er?
yeah,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
we pulled up to the house and the song was done in an hour.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, there's a lot of my favorite part of the song were the melodies. I think you're just a super talented melody
Thank you.
songwriter. First of all, your voice is super pure, and the Stubborn Stallion. I'm just my preference. I wish it had a alien rhyme, but I kind of see why you didn't do that. But I'm wanting that as just an average listener, and I do call myself an average listener because I'm not like I don't. A lot of shit goes over my head, so I was wanting something that led to that hook a little bit more. But yeah, I think your melodies are just phenomenal. So
Thank you.
absolutely.
This just goes to show that songwriting is so subjective, because I was going to say, I love that you didn't rhyme the hook.
It's a common theme on this show.
Yeah, which really, like anything that we say up here, like what the heck do we know? I've had my own publishers tell me songs are not there yet, and then they go get cut by people because some other publisher pitched it, whatever. So like everything we say is like, take it all with a grain of salt, because we're all going to have different opinions on it. I love that you didn't rhyme the hook. I thought it was very fresh the way that hook landed. I sound like a broken record, but your verse melody, so good. Like so intentional, so good.
Yeah.
Top of the chorus melody, so good. I felt like the melody leading up to the hook landing lost some steam. Like at the top of the so good. And then it kind of, when the chords shift, there's a pause before the hook. It kind of slows a little bit, and I felt like there might be something that could keep that lifted.
Maybe that's what I was feeling too, because it was like I just wanted that hook to like hit more, and it didn't rhyme, which was, again, it's totally cool if it doesn't, but you need like do that melody again.
Well, that top melody, the chorus.
I can't do it.
So good, because we're repeating.
Yeah.
Like we
I
can
was
sing
gonna
it
say,
back.
I feel like we're critiquing you so hard because it was really good.
It was so
like,
good.
it was fire.
I'm
Like, you
going
should
in
be-
on
I
one
appreciate
melody
it.
line.
Okay, what
because
if what if there was like I can't sing it this high, but it was like
yeah, like a build or
something that
something.
kinda
a build.
builds a
It
little
did.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. The very end, building up to the hook.
And then you go right back down to the
Stubborn Stallion. Yeah.
Just needs a little like in that middle part. Needed something.
Also,
because
because you have such a voice. Like
Yes.
your voice
Thank you.
is
Voice is amazing.
you were hitting notes.
Yeah.
Big notes.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yes.
Notes.
So good though. I say that being so picky. That is like one melody line out of
Also,
every line
just-
in the chorus. And
Oh,
verse.
sorry. I'm
No,
cutting
no,
off.
done.
go.
Go.
I'm like,
Sophia.
I have to talk. No. Just like relatable also, the song.
So real.
For hell's sake. Why? No, I'm trying to like, I don't know what I'm doing. But it was so good. And your voice is amazing. And I feel like the melodies were so top of the chorus, so tight. And then I do think like it needs the like, not like Carrie Underwood, but like the like, at the end.
Just break it up.
Because like I want
just
like
some tension. Because I want it to hit.
stallion, you know, like it, like because that line could punch so hard.
And if you, I don't know if you watch the show, but like I'm the hardest on the songs I love the most because I feel like it's that's like what it's all about. So is that song out?
Yeah.
It
yeah,
is
it's
out.
out.
Let's
It's
go.
out.
Let's
No,
go.
I
Hell yeah.
appreciate all the feedback.
There are a lot of, I'm going to say this, and some people might take offense to this. There are a lot of hit songwriters, multiple number one songwriters, who could not write that song by themselves.
100%.
I know.
1
I
million
mean,
percent.
seriously crazy.
The fact that
you
that's
wrote
a
that
solo
alone.
write, I mean,
Amazing.
I know writers who have 7 number ones who cannot write a song by themselves, let alone
do you
that
write
good
a
of a
lot?
song.
Do you
by
have
themselves.
a lot of like writes and stuff?
Yeah, I do co-write. I kind of fell out of it having that office job because it was just impossible. But I do love to co-write when I can.
I mean, you're a type like the melodies in that song. I'm telling you, like
You also just
A+
look
melodies.
like an artist.
Yeah. If you guys are in this crowd tonight, you need to hit her up and try to write because if you're like for me, And I know like what my strength is as an artist, and I think it's super important as an artist to know what type of person you want in the room. Ava's an incredible melody lyric person. I'm typically like, I bring in ideas. I'm also a melody person. And so we love to have like a producer, like, but also a writer, lyric person as well. So that's kind of the best like synergy for me. I can tell you're a melody person just from like, so I would encourage you to try to get another like lyric melody person alongside of you, and then get a producer in the room, and that way you can have the song done, ready to go. But yeah, you're awesome.
Can I ask, are you still working your marketing job?
No, I got let go in November. I currently am unemployed.
For the best. I was going to say,
hell yeah.
I worked a marketing job at
Same.
a record label. I worked a 9 to 5 in Nashville. I worked at Riser House, great company, but I was working 9 to 5 for a full year and writing 6 to 9 in the evening, and I was writing with him at 6 p.m. after my marketing job. The best thing I ever did was quit my marketing job, even though I love Riser House. And I was babysitting, Uber Eats, Instacart delivery, dog sitting, cleaning Airbnbs, but it gave me time to write at 11 a.m., which is when the professional writers are writing, and that leveled me up faster than anything else, even though I had no money and ate instant oatmeal for the last 5 days of every month.
No, my advice for you is write with as many people as you can. Take the next 60 days and just be like, I'm going to write with as many people. If somebody wants to write with me, I'm going to do it.
Also obsessed with the shoes.
Thank you.
Great shoes.
They would go good with your outfit too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I also loved your shoes.
Let me borrow. It's giving you small feet.
Ava's got some good news for you.
You're A-listed.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And I hope that this is encouraging for you. I know that this might feel like a low point in your life. You know, you said you're unemployed, but like I know I've been there.
For the best.
We've been there.
I'm
We've
telling
been
you,
there.
we've all been there. I'm saying this as like, do not keep this as a low point. Take this as this is your time to shine. Put everything you got in your music. You are an incredible, incredible lyricist and melody writer. Write that shit. Do
Also,
it.
Sydney Shaye is such a
great name.
fire name.
It looks great.
Yeah.
You
Thank
got this.
you. This has been great.
Absolutely.
So good.
Thank you
You're
for
great.
coming on here. We appreciate it. That's awesome. All right, we'll keep it going. You want to draw the next name?
Did you guys see that she was...
Sammi Rae.
Let's go.
Sammi Rae, come on up here.
Did you guys see that she was a professional opera singer in high school?
I
my
know there were so
God.
many things that I
know.
just missed.
Makes a lot of sense.
But that's
No,
crazy.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
You don't normally just sing like that
No.
by chance.
No, she's got great tone. All right, so what are some of the shitty jobs you guys worked?
Oh my God,
I
I
know
have
you just
so
mentioned
many.
some, but you were doing Airbnbs, or you were a maid or something, right?
I was
That's what I
cleaning
remember.
Airbnbs.
Yeah.
I actually have a crazy story about that. I was
let's hear it.
cleaning Airbnbs, but I also worked doing industrial laundry. So this Airbnb company, I would pick up when I would go to the Airbnbs. I had to clean up after like bachelorette parties. And there was one time for 1 hour, I picked up penis-shaped confetti off the ground with my
Yeah.
fingers because it does not come up on a vacuum.
Oh my God.
That was a low point in my life.
You should
but
have just used your tongue.
oh my God. Oh, I would have gotten a disease for sure. But I will never forget being in the industrial laundry room washing the Airbnb sheets, many of which had vomit and all sorts of things on it. And they would play Spotify playlists, and it was right when our song Slower was on Hot Country, and it came on while I was doing
Let's
laundry.
go.
And I was
No
like,
way.
this is
Meant to be.
truly a weird low and a high, because I'm in there with like 15 people I don't know folding fitted sheets, which is very hard to do.
Fair. I still can't
And
do
I'm like, I wrote this song, and they're like, what? I'm like, I wrote this, and they're like, they don't know what that
Yo.
means. They're like, okay, sure. And then I just kept folding my sheets, and that was
You
it.
slowly folded it.
That was a bad
That's
job.
sick.
Hated
That's
that
awesome.
one.
What's the worst job you worked?
Okay, well, I feel really inclined to say this because I was with 2 nights ago my guitar player and my other friend who's a drummer, and he was like, they were both like, have you ever worked another job? And I was like, so offended that they
Yeah, that's
just
offensive.
it was incredibly I was like, no, you think I've just always like please. And I was like, yeah, I worked for Uber. I drove for Uber for a long time. I was a by the way, at all at once, I was a bartender, started at like 10 p.m. till 2 a.m., drove for Uber, and was also a nanny for this kid in LA.
Damn.
And then
that was just to pay for rent out there.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Yeah, and then also I worked another marketing job for this like chocolate company. It was super random.
That's terrible.
But
actually,
it allowed for like flexible hours.
Yeah, no, that's what it's all about. As songwriters, we find jobs that are, you have flexible hours.
Yeah.
I have never said this publicly, but I'll say it. The worst job I've ever worked was last year for my wife. And people don't know this, but my wife owns a shirtless cowboy show called Ranch Hands.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
love
God. What?
Yeah.
Okay, upset.
Sammy
Yeah,
just reacted.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
been to
So
the show,
she-
I
Didn't know
guess.
that.
So she started Ranch Hands, and we had this little brunch. And we still have it. It's a brunch, and she was like, my music was kind of like, music goes like this. You have highs and lows, and last year was a low, and it's all good. You know what I mean? It's just, it happens. And so last year was a low, and I'm feeling sorry for myself. And she's like, well, you got to go do something. I'm like, okay. And so she wanted me to help with this brunch. So we start this brunch, and it's like singing, dancing, shirtless cowboys. But it's like at noon, right? It's super awkward. So she's like, I want you to run it. So I'm running this brunch. I got like 6 dudes that
Hell
are,
yeah.
I'm trying to tell them how to sing and all the shit, how to hold a microphone. One of the guys was like holding a mic like this. So she's like, you know how to sing, like you do it. So, all right, long story short, okay.
Circle back.
2 of the guys last minute back out, and
You had to
they're
do it.
like, my wife's like, you got to, like, you know the show, like, you
No.
got to do it. Swear to
Yes,
God, there's like
Austin.
150 bachelorette parties downtown, and I had to do this 3 weeks in a row. I probably did it more. It was insane. And so I have to, I'm not kidding you, I'm like
Rip your shirt
grinding on this girl, right? And my wife is looking at me clapping the entire time. It was so fucked up and
That
bizarre.
is so funny.
But that
Wait,
was
that's
probably the worst
amazing.
job I worked.
I didn't know you actually had to be.
Yeah,
so
I
you
was
should
there.
have
She
gone to
paid you.
that.
I was in it, yeah.
But she
And-
paid you.
Well, she's like, you got to be in it. So I'm like at the gym,
I was gonna say,
Absolutely.
trying to get.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It was wild. So yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's
Also during
hilarious.
COVID,
Hell yeah.
I was cold calling people to get a mortgage on their house.
boy.
I went on Indeed last year, and I was about to move back home, back to Arizona, and just say, fuck this industry. I don't know why we do this. And then came up with this podcast. So
Wow.
every low leads to a high. You know what I mean? So
Lots of highs and
anyways, how are you, Sammy?
I'm in shock.
Why are you in shock?
I can't believe. Are you on the billboard posters too?
No, I'm not on those. No, I need to gain.
We're in
some-
the presence of male entertainment.
No, I need
royalty.
to.
Should we?
I need to
Should we
take
get
some
the ranches?
testosterone to be on those. But no, it's yeah. Anyway, shout out to Ranch Hands. All right, well, Miss Sammi Rae, let's give it up. She is singing her song "Forever Amen."
Yes, I don't learn to like fishing in Georgia. Yeah, the view out his window is gorgeous, but it ain't got nothing on me. Accent thick as molasses, southern in his blood never matches. Got them baby blues fixed on me. He says, when you know, you know. Ain't interested in taking it slow. He's fast-paced, born and raised in the Lone Star State, where everything is bigger, like his heart, like his scars. I like the way his skin's a little thicker. He wants a shotgun wet, and he's just waiting on me to pull the trigger. And what if I do? What if I did? What if I said forever amen? He's in love with them Coleman Hill byways. I got a thing for Tennessee highways, but it ain't spooked him yet. Yeah, he laughs just like an angel. I thought I'd try a different angle, but ain't a single one of his bad. I guess what they say is true, and men really wanna we do. It's fast-paced, born and raised in the Lone Star State where everything is bigger. Like his heart, like his scars, I like the way his skin's a little thicker. He wants a shotgun wet and he's just waiting on me to pull the trigger. And what if I do? What if I did? What if I said forever amen? It doesn't work out. What if I'm crying 5 months from now? What if I lost my mind? But what if it's the love of my life? Fast-paced, born and raised in the Lone Star State where everything is bigger. Like his heart, like his scars, I like the way his skin's a little thicker. He wants a shotgun wet and he's just waiting on me to pull the trigger. He's fast-paced, born and raised in the Lone Star State where everything is bigger. Like his heart, like his scars, I like the way his skin's a little thicker. He wants a shotgun wet and he's just waiting on me to pull the trigger. What if I do? What if I did? What if I said forever amen?
Yeah, Sammi Rae. Wow. Where are you from?
I am from Normandy, Texas.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a Texas song right there.
I'm a Texas girl.
How old are you?
I just turned 23.
Wow, that's awesome. When did you move to Nashville?
It'll be 3 years in May.
Okay, so you
Coming
moved
up on
right. Did you go to college for a year? Or?
I went to college, actually. I started at 14, and I dropped out 6 years in.
What?
Last semester.
What? Explain that.
I dropped out at 20. I started doing college classes while I was in high school.
Okay.
It's a very big nerd. I'm from a really tiny town.
Yeah.
We have about 50 people. I'm from outside of Normandy, and there's nothing to do but read books and play guitar. So I got good at both the things that I had available to me. Not very good at sport ball, but I am great at studying.
Sport ball?
So
What's sport ball?
everything.
All of them.
Oh.
All of them. I can't tell you all the names of them. I came across they called it lacrosse game the other day. And I was like, what are they doing with those sticks? I don't know anything about sports, but I know lots about history.
I love you
This
so
town
much.
needs to protect you. Sammi,
Don't ever change.
no, you're amazing. So, all right,
Thank you.
how did you? I have so many questions. You start college at 14. You dropped out 6 years later. What college did you go to? Was it? Just,
I went to first. I went to Navarro College. It's a junior college. Have
Wait,
you seen Netflix Cheer?
Yes,
Yeah,
I know
all
it.
those
My
people
wife's a
that
big
went-
fan of that show.
All those
The
people that
Cheer
went to
show?
prison were
No?
like in my classes. So
That cheer show's fire.
Nice.
yeah, that's our cheer squad over at my junior
Wow,
college.
did you cheer there?
And- no,
You
I'm
kind of
so
seem
glad.
like a cheerleader.
I was cheer captain in high school,
Yeah.
but
Called it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I went there. Then I transferred over after I turned 18.
where'd you go for your?
Went to Stephen F. Austin.
Yep.
Back in Nacogdoches. It's really cool, like country music town. They have Bonita Creek Hall. The love of my entire life is there.
Wow.
I have a love song out about Bonita Creek Hall. So,
Wow.
love that tiny little town. And I went there for 2 years, and then I don't know. I got the flu, and I thought I was gonna die. And then I was like, I'm just gonna move to Nashville.
So you just moved to Nashville because you thought you were
I
gonna die.
did.
You have a hell of a story.
I did. I didn't know anyone. I never visited until I actually drove up here in my car. My parents were like, "Don't do it." I met like roommates off of Facebook Marketplace and like knocked
Me
on
too.
the door.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's what's up.
Yeah, they had
Same
a
here.
dog. His name was Bobby. I thought he was gonna kill me, but he just sat and wagged his tail. So I thought that was a good sign.
Bobby.
And I made it through. I had
How's
no.
it going now? You got some music out or
I
what's?
just released my debut album in August.
Nice. Hell yeah.
It's all a very, very long process to get that. I started writing it when I was 19, and I put it out at 22.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. What do you guys think?
Sure. You have like, okay, I feel like I don't want you to be offended by this, but you have like an Olivia Rodrigo, but country.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
You didn't say Taylor Swift because not like is a good sign to me.
No, but
Yeah.
well, you like kind of look like Olivia a little bit.
I like that. I'm Hispanic. She's Filipino. Like,
Okay.
we get along.
Perfect. But like also I just feel like you have like immediately like I was like bopping to the melodies and like it was just like very tight and like and I was like into it. And I also feel like you have just like hella confidence and like
I have
you're
two
a little
older brothers,
firecracker.
So I have older twin brothers.
Oh my!
That'll do it.
Wait,
You
brothers?
learn. Brothers.
Oh.
They're
okay.
twins.
You're not a twin.
I'm
of
not.
them. Okay.
I had to really have a personality around those two.
Yeah, no, but you do, and like I feel like you're just like you're very intriguing. Like
Thank
everything
you.
about you. Yeah. I'm very like interested. The song was amazing, but also just like your whole vibe is just like
And I wore socks with high
enticing.
heels.
Yeah, I was about to
and
say,
I
that's
thought
like
that
wearing-
was
outfit.
I
That's
thought
like
that
wearing
was
socks with
risque.
sandals, right? For a guy, if a guy wears socks with sandals.
I do
called
that too.
fashion.
No, I loved.
Yeah.
The second I
cool.
saw you, I was like,
I thought it was a vibe. It's cold out.
go
you know?
girl.
It's a vibe. It is.
cold out.
It's so cold, but like, yeah.
We have to protect Sammi Rae. I love this girl.
yeah, it just-
I don't know what it is about you.
Yeah,
it's super
very
intriguing.
infectious
All right.
personality.
What do you think?
Your chorus is like a hit song chorus. Like the melody,
Yeah.
the phrasing especially I thought was very interesting. The rhyme placements, it's all like the momentum is just driving forward all the way through. And I thought the chorus was really standout melodically. I don't even really care what you were saying. I like what you were saying,
you.
but like melodically, vibe, and phrasing was like, who'd you write that with?
I actually wrote it by myself.
Another solo, right?
I've
Wow,
never-
I love the solo rides.
Never
That's amazing.
released a co-written song before, so
Never?
never. All of my
You need to
album
write some
was
songs
written.
with people.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been writing for others. Actually,
That's
getting
great.
my first cut with this kid Dylan Reese down in Texas.
Incredible.
Nice.
He just recorded one. I'm like,
I
that's
think-
so cool. It's like my life goal to like co-write as much as possible
amazing.
this year.
Also,
I
I,
think
love
if-
this one-sided sweater
yeah,
situation.
really cute.
You know, my dad hates this sweater. He's
A
"Where's
da-
the
a
other
dad would,
sleeve?"
though, like a
I'm like,
dad
Dad,
would.
it's not about being warm. It's about looking cool.
Yeah.
No, it's
Men don't
like
get
it's
it.
like when dads are like, "Did you pay for those holes in your jeans?" And it's
Get
Oh
those
yeah.
half off.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I did.
Okay, couple questions here. God, I totally lost track of what I was going to ask you because I'm just
I have that
so many
effect on
things-
people.
So many things.
It's the
So many
ADHD.
things. Yeah, there's a lot of it. Well, I'm looking at this fact. Okay, actually, let's talk about the song. Did you say in Texas it's a little bit bigger, and then something about the skin? What was that line?
It's from the Lone Star State where everything is bigger, like his heart, like his scars. I like the way his skin's a little thicker because my family's
Thicker.
mean.
Okay.
Like you gotta have thick skin to come to Christmas,
Okay,
you know.
okay. I thought you said bigger, but you said thicker. That's great. I love that. Yeah, it was. I don't know. You got your own thing. You drink a gallon of chocolate milk a week.
I do.
That's
It's my
weird.
favorite food. I love chocolate milk, y'all.
And you were the valedictorian in high school.
I was.
But that's you had how many people in your class?
Okay, there was 38. But I will say my GPA was 2 points higher than the next person.
There you go.
Okay.
There you
I
go.
was also in line to be valedictorian of my college before I dumped them.
Damn.
It's a
She's
really
smart.
big nerd.
So, all right. Is it out? Is that song out?
It is. I released it back in August.
It's A-listed. Congratulations.
yeah, that's a great song.
You're young. You have a lot of stuff. Like you're not quite. We have some regulars that are in the house tonight. We actually have 2 regulars in the house. To be a regular means you get to come on the show whenever you want. But I want you to come back on. You're not a regular, but I want you to come back on and play a couple more songs because there's something super intriguing about you. I don't know what it is. I think you might be a star.
Well,
I don't
thank
know.
you. I like that.
I don't know.
I think so.
I think you might be, and I want to bring some shit out of you. So next time, here's the rule though. Next time you come on, I want you to play a song that makes you uncomfortable to sing. Can you do that?
Okay.
It's something that you're like, I don't know what it is. It's just not it's not your favorite song, but everybody tells you it's their favorite song.
Okay.
Play that song.
I'll play that one. I
All
have
right.
so many of those.
I'm excited. Miss Sammi Rae, give it up. That was awesome.
She also told me a great cow joke.
Oh, what's the cow joke? You got a cow joke?
Okay, I'll tell you a new one because he's heard two now.
I heard it
All
already.
right, what's a cow
Okay,
joke?
I'll tell you a new one.
Okay.
Why did the cowboy buy his very own cow?
Why?
He wanted to raise the stakes, duh.
Wow.
That's great. 10 out
You're
of 10.
welcome.
That's a Texas small town joke for you right there.
Yeah.
That would not do well on Kill Tony. It's a good joke though.
Well on stage either.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
That one's for you. It's not for all of them. That was amazing.
All right, so Sophia, you love tequila shots?
Oh, are we gonna take one?
I don't know. I asked Ava a bunch of random things about you.
yeah, we
and
may
I
as
heard you
well.
love tequila shots. I'm gonna draw this next name. We gotta
Okay.
keep it rolling. Andrea Vasquez, come on up here. How was touring in Europe? What's that like?
It was so good. I love talking about this because it's so amazing. I don't mean this in the way of it was just so surprisingly amazing. The fans there, you wouldn't expect, I guess, or I wouldn't expect for myself. And I've just to be blunt, I've never sold out a show here, and I've now in 4 months sold out 2 shows in London because
That's amazing.
they're just
They're fans. They're fans. They love
and
country
when I
music.
say selling out shows, they're smaller shows, but
That doesn't
still,
matter. Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
and they fly and they're they listen and they're die hard, and it's really cool. And even when I was playing at C2C, in Berlin, I wasn't expecting, and there's I'm playing all these unreleased songs that I've released a handful of times, if that, on social media, and they're singing every word, and it's crazy. I'm not wearing it. I thought I was, but they made me a bunch of the Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. A bunch of different people made them for me, and I was this is wild because I'm no one.
No, I think that's the biggest lesson. I mean, country music is so massive. My biggest, if you go on my Spotify for artists, my top
Yeah.
3 of my top cities. Thank you so much. You're the man.
Okay, that is
3 of my
so
top cities are in
large.
Australia. Well, Ava said you love tequila shots, so we have to do a tequila shot.
These are so big.
That's what she said.
What did I say
I'll
earlier?
tell you about that in a second.
Is there not a chaser?
Ava said, what are the dick
Are
carriers?
you guys having a good time tonight? How's everybody doing out there?
I just tuned.
Some of you are like, what the fuck is going on up here? That's okay, too. Let's do a little cheers. We got $5 Pickers vodka. If you're drinking vodka, $5, so do that. This is not that. This is tequila. So cheers to all of you guys. I appreciate you being here and being a part of the Playlisted podcast. Cheers, guys, to my tequila-loving friends.
Yeah.
God, why is it spicy? Speaking of spicy, Miss Andrea, this is one of my favorite things that anybody's ever written in. It said, and I know we're supposed to talk about it after, but it's just very fitting for having a tequila shot. It says that you are a little bit country. You're country with a little tahini.
Damn right.
I love that.
I
Hey,
love
we
I put
love
tahini on
this.
everything.
I love tahini.
I just had cucumbers with tahini on it for lunch.
We
I
love,
have
we
big
love.
expectations for this one. So everybody
Country
give it
with
up
tahini.
for Andrea Vasquez singing her song Moving Target.
She's always 1 foot out the door and never see what's behind it. She tells her friends that she wants more, but then again she's never tried it. The second he asks for her name, she's already running the other way. No, this girl is a cowboy. No, you can stop her. It's got her this far, and it's harder to be scarred or broken-hearted when you're a moving target, target. You're a moving target. He's saying all the perfect things. That doesn't mean that she believes them. She needs some space to spread her wings. Forget the strings, she doesn't need them. He's all that she wants for herself. She swears she don't need anybody else. No, this girl is a cowboy. Oh, you can't tie her down. Oh, you can't stop her. It's got her this far, and it's harder to be scarred or broken-hearted when you're a moving target, target. You're a moving target. Oh, he's placing his bets, and if she ever lets him, she will cash in, but there's no way to win. Well, she's got her defenses. She's done with the fences closing in. She's gone with the wind. No, this girl is a cowboy. No, you can't tie her down. Oh, you can stop her. It's got her this far, and it's harder to be scarred, broken-hearted. It's the end before it gets started. When you're a moving target, target. You're a moving target. And oh, this girl is a cowboy. Oh, you can't tie her down.
All right.
Andrea Vasquez. All right. Says you're from a musical family in Los Angeles. Where in LA are you from?
I'm a Burbank girl, born and raised.
Nice. Very cool.
Valley girl.
Awesome. What's that song about?
So I co-wrote that with two good friends of mine, Aton Snyder and Bailey Morgan, and we kind of went in. Bailey and I were in new relationships at the time, and we're like, I really like them, yes. And we're like, yes. And both of us were just like, they're really nice. We don't know how we feel about this. And, you know, just talking about when you meet somebody that's like, checks all the boxes and you're just scared because you just have your defenses up, and that's kind of what this was about.
What brought you out to Nashville?
I went to a music college in LA. I went to Musicians Institute, like most of us out there did.
MI.
Yeah,
I toured MI. I didn't go to
Did
MI.
you?
I toured MI. Yeah. I decided to move to Nashville and not go to MI. Is like Berkeley's little brother. Not really.
I know a lot of people that went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
MI was dope though. That's a sick. Did you went there?
I did go
That's
there.
Sick.
I know. My parents were like, "You have to pick a school," and I was like, "Okay, well, it's gonna be music school. Sorry." But yeah, that was that. I'm kidding. They're super supportive, but I just grew up with the industry around me all the time, and I just always drew to country music. I was super into big, badass females. I mean, hello, 90s baby, duh. And just the storytelling. And in 2016, that's when everybody from school was honestly making the plunge to Nashville, and I followed.
That's awesome. That's so cool. What'd you guys think?
I love the storytelling angle of it, like kind of some of the third person stuff. I feel like that's hard to do, and when it's done well, like that really translates, and people love those kind of songs. I have a hard time writing songs like that, so I love hearing songs written from that perspective. I love in your chorus, that chorus melody is really singable. I could sing it back to you. Really strong melody, really strong rhyme setups for that hook, that target rhyme. You know, you hear it like 4 times, so it feels really like when you hear it, it just like fits perfectly. I do songwriting mentorship and songwriting lessons with people, and one of the things I say a lot is like the easiest thing to do to make a song more commercial and catchier is to repeat the hook some way, whether it's a word of it or the whole hook or whatever. That's like the immediate hack, and which I love that you did with moving target, target. Like that's great. Makes it very commercial. I would say chorus melody was really, really stand out to me, really singable. I can't really remember the verse melody right now. So
Fair.
I would say the intentionality of that chorus melody where everything is really like that, oh, da, na, 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 oh, na, 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 na. That I can, like I said this before, like if I'm thinking about even seeing like the MIDI of that when you're recording, I can see every note. Super intentional, really clean. I would love for the verse melody to be that clean too, where it's like you could just simplify it to its most compact form and see the MIDI of it super clearly. That would be maybe my only feedback there would be that. But that chorus melody is banging. I love the phrasing at the end of the chorus to get it to that hook. Great hook. Yeah.
Thanks.
I feel like I'm on American Idol. I'm like,
Yeah, you're
can't
does
handle
feel
that.
It does really feel like that.
No, I'm like, this is so much pressure. Okay, but like I have to say it, like you look like a fucking star.
Yeah, the outfit
Like
is fire.
you're like giving star.
Right back at you, girl.
Like honey, like we love it. So and like you can correct me if I'm wrong. I wanted you to sing it like a step higher.
I think I played it a capo lower.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, okay. Oh, well, that's good. That's good to know. Because I was like, I feel like she can hit these notes, and I was like, I want it. Like, I wanted to hear
All right,
it.
just play us the chorus. Put the capo up.
No, don't make her do it.
Yeah.
You're going to? Okay.
Do it.
We're doing it again?
I just want to hear the
Just
chorus.
the chorus.
Just the chorus. I want you to do the chorus. Capo up. Let's hear it.
Oh, now she's like under so
This
much
is your
pressure.
critique, by the way.
I'm sorry. Okay, I
This
do
is
want.
your
I do.
fault.
Okay, I know. I'm sorry. I do think she can hit it though.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, this girl is a cowboy. Oh, you can't tie her down. Oh, you can stop her. It's got her this far, and it's harder to be scarred or broken-hearted when you're a moving target.
I mean, but was I wrong?
Yeah.
That is your fault.
There we go.
No, that's great.
That was
And
great.
by the
That
way,
was
like,
awesome.
Let's go. Yeah.
It just kind of soars a little more.
Yeah. Now your voice.
And
yeah.
honestly, even like another solo.
You could keep going, yeah.
Could keep going. No, but like this is my like literally this is my constant issue with myself is I'm like, no, I can't hit it. And it's like,
Just go for it.
but you can, yeah. And I just felt like I wanted that chorus to like, and I was like, she's holding back. I felt like you were holding back, which you maybe were. but I thought it was so good, and I think the title is awesome. I thought you had like all the melodies are amazing. I would like parrot slightly what she said. It's a new word I've learned recently. Parrot.
Echo what I said, yes.
Yeah, but parrot's cooler.
I love it.
Anyways, I thought it was so good, and you're like clearly just. Where are you from again?
I'm from LA. I'm LA girl.
Honey.
Oh yeah. Do you like the Dodgers or Angels?
Dodgers.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
But you live here.
I do. I've been here for 8 years.
Okay.
Funny you said the Dodgers. I watched the World Series with our buddies from New York, and it was just like, they were just like outside smoking cigarettes the entire time. It was so messy. It was amazing.
That's
makes sense.
crazy. Well, thank you so much for being on here.
Crushed
I
it,
appreciate
girl.
Beautiful.
Crushed it.
Crushed
Thank
it.
you.
Appreciate it.
So good.
Miss Andrea Vasquez, everybody. Oh yeah, absolutely. Joe, come on up here. I know you've been waiting patiently. We got one more performer. Ava, what do you think? Have you been having a good time?
This is great. I'm having a great time. I will say that tequila shot is hitting, and I am feeling it. So, feeling a little more.
Loose, yeah.
We're a little more elusive here now, but
While Sophia's taking a piss. Tell us what she really said during that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. About what she said in the session? I'll tell you
kidding,
after.
I'm kidding.
I'll tell you after. I think
kidding.
it's inferable.
I'm
You could gather the info.
No, but what's new? What you have any songs on hold, or what's kind of the latest in Ava's life? I haven't seen her in a minute, so I feel like we got to catch up. What's
we do.
What's going on?
The latest is, I'm excited. Sophia's song's coming out on Friday. I've got a song with Abby Cohn, who's a great independent female artist, coming out on Friday. I'm just praying that my song with Max climbs the charts.
It will.
There are holds. I try not to focus on holds because I feel like you jinx them.
Yeah. We got Palm Trees in Tennessee, I think I'm going to put out. So
amazing. We got to rewrite some stuff. It's a great song, though.
That song a little bit.
Yes.
That's another thing nobody talks about is like rewriting songs.
Yes.
It's super important. You got to just keep rewriting.
I used to be an anti-rewriter because I felt like if it wasn't right, it just wasn't right, and then abandoned it. But when you're writing, I probably write 250 songs a year right now. It's like, and I've been in Nashville for almost 8 years. It's like at a certain point, you run out of ideas. So if you didn't do it well the first time with that idea, your choices are to rewrite it or to feel like kind of an asshole and ask your co-writers if you can take your title back, which I do that as well. But
sure.
I hate doing that. So either you rewrite it or you have to come up with your 4,000th song idea.
Yeah.
I mean, 4,000 is, what is that? What is 8 times 250? I'm bad at math. I dropped out of college.
2,000.
All right, so we're on about 2,000 ideas here.
I was way off where my head was going with
I know, I was thinking 4,000, clearly.
ChatGPT's kind of helping out, though. Do you use it?
I haven't used... Well, I used ChatGPT. I just did my first ChatGPT question, whatever you want to call it,
Prompt.
literally 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
I was holding out. My boyfriend is very tech AI, and now I use it for budgeting for grocery stuff, recipes. But I
My
have
sister
used
does that too,
it's
yeah.
really nice. I did all of my financial budgeting on ChatGPT. It was
She's
great.
like, I'm going to Trader Joe's and I have $85.
What can I get to make this and that and that? But I will say the thing that I've recently started using is, which I have a love-hate relationship with it, but the AI demo stuff, Suno, whatever it is.
I don't know.
Suno. It's an app where it's an AI app. You can put a song in, and you put a voice memo in, and it will make a demo with the singer, and it sounds pretty good. It sounds a little AI, but it sounds pretty good for a pitch. It never will replace real producers, but I write a lot of songs by myself, and it is very useful when I have a solo write. I'm a very, very below average producer, so if I can put it in there, get a track, and then cut my own vocal on it. Suno, S-U-N-O.
Suno.
But at the same time, it kind of makes me nervous because I'm like, I don't want to put anyone out of a job.
Hey, shout out Suno. Let's get Suno as a sponsor. That'd be sick. Give it up for Joe Jenneman singing his song, Throw Your Stones.
Late night cigarettes, a morning skin she's hanging over. Her waist still burrowed in my chest. She haunts me while I'm stoned. It leaves me when I'm sober, but she's the closest thing I've got to not alone. Hey there, darling, what you say? Should we do it again? Same time here tomorrow. Give a little, need a lot. Tell me all the things I'm not. Cut me up till I'm hollow. Just tell me I'm home. You're my rock, babe, throw your stones. We'll lather on that kerosene and kiss me like you mean it. It won't take much to catch a spark. It hiss a tongue like grenadine. But don't you be mistaken, a cherry-flavored love is only but a blanket. Hey there, darling, what you say? Should we do it again? Same time here tomorrow. Give a little, need a lot. Tell me all the things I'm not. Cut me up till I'm hollow. Just tell me I'm home. Long as you're my rock, babe, throw your stones. Hey there, darling, what you say? Should we do it again? Same time here tomorrow. Give a little, need a lot. Tell me all the things I'm not. Cut me up till I'm hollow. Just tell me I'm home. Long as you're my rock, babe, throw your stones.
Yes, sir.
Fire!
Joe
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Dude, what's your genre? What would you say you are?
Dude, I'm so bad at answering that. I'm gonna throw it right back at you. You tell me.
Where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan?
Where in Michigan?
Here. Grand Rapids.
That's the way they do it.
I lived in Traverse City for a little
right
bit.
on.
I didn't know you
Wait,
lived
what
there.
is that? What was that reference?
It's Michigan looks like a hand, so when
Yeah,
people show in Michigan, they point to their hand, and it's like
Oh.
where on the state. I was in Detroit 2 days ago.
It's the mitten.
That song made me like want a cigarette.
Damn. Anybody have a cigarette for Sophia? I don't know. We
sorry.
could probably smoke in here.
I'll
Who
take
knows? All right, guess not. Dude, love it. I mean, I think you, again, this show is not a country music show. It is a music show. I think you are like Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. Like,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
you're sick. Like, your
Hosier?
voice is sick.
Hosier vibes? Hosier vibes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But
a
like,
little bit.
I wanted to get my skateboard out, dude, and just like go, just drop into a, you know what I mean? Like
A pool.
It just brought me back. I went to high school in San Diego, and so that music, like,
Wait, I went to college in San Diego.
Where'd you go?
San Diego State.
Oh shit! Of course you did.
Yeah, I know it checks.
I'm just
obviously.
kidding. No, that's dope. I
No, it's
I lived
fine.
on Mission Beach.
It's fine.
Went to La Jolla High School.
I lived in PB.
Yep. Island
Damn,
Court.
we have so much to talk about.
I lived on Island
Okay,
Court.
but
Anyways,
Joe.
I would listen to 91X on the way to school. I would surf before school, and I would listen to 91X. And your song reminded me of like 91X and that radio station and just that vibe. It's very like punk, rock, 90s, like grungy kind of. I don't know. It's cool. It's your own thing. And you got the vibe too, like all black.
I
with the
feel like
beanie.
you're too cool to be like amongst us right now.
Yeah, I
You're
don't know
very
how to
cool.
critique it as a country.
I like don't even know.
commercial
Like no,
songwriter.
you're just too cool.
Are you single?
Ish.
What do you mean? What does
Ish.
that mean?
Yeah.
You're single?
I mean, I went on a date last night that went well, but it was
But
like a
but
first
it's
date.
one date, so like
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Sophia's
well-
single.
Okay,
You
for
just
fuck's sake.
fucked me up. Have you met Sophia Scott? That's what I was gonna say.
Nice. Great segue.
She was super
Okay,
into that.
let's relax.
As we all were, but
That song made me relate to Sophia's song. I was just kidding.
oh shit.
No, it made me feel things,
fuck,
though. I'm
Dean?
sorry. I wanted to get in on the action. I'm sorry.
Ain't your average
Have you
Joe.
met Dean? Whichever way you. Why
do I feel like this?
We got options for you. Wow.
I'm so sorry, Joe.
You're just so cool.
You weren't
It's like I want
expecting
you to
this.
like me. I think is what like you're cool. So if you like
Listen.
me, I'd feel better about myself.
Let's
Carry on.
just call a spade a spade. You ain't your average Joe.
Hey.
Wow.
Wow.
Joe, the whole thing was really good.
Yeah, sorry.
Super good.
Back to American Idol style.
We're also like we took a shot.
We took a shot.
We're not
The
well.
real
We're not
emotions
well.
come out, and
all
they're
about
like
it. Can I-
visceral emotions coming out of this side of the table. So it's like you did something right.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, not really.
Can I ask, have you found, how long have you been in Nashville for?
I'm actually kind of new. I was in LA for a while. It's better over here. I'm sure
Yeah,
you
you
guys
like
know
it
that,
here.
but don't go over there. But like 8 months.
Have you found like a crew of people that do music similar to you where you feel like you're kind of in that world?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, good.
It's interesting. Like my life right now is very split into 2 different worlds. There's like my artist thing that's I guess like kind of grungy and like rock inspired. Like production wise, it's still kind of like got folk elements.
Wait, who are your
There's
influences?
a country lick in there, and that's
Obviously
country
Nirvana,
lick.
Yeah,
though.
well, I was
No?
gonna get to the other half of it.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
I
who
mean,
are like the core influences?
Nirvana was a big one.
Yeah,
for
clearly.
sure. And
What's the other half? Sorry, we cut you off. The other half.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's-
that was kind of like aside from influencer genre, but I was just saying like my life right now is like the artist thing and like production and like putting on that hat, and then which is like a little more like rock influenced, I guess, like folk rock I call it. Soulful indie folk. I finally found a like one-liner. It took me
Soulful
10
indie
years, but
Love
that's what
that.
I'm going by.
Nice.
But so there's that, and then I'm also like writing like more kind of forward like pop country artists and that sort of thing. So like I mean, I guess if I didn't really know what this whole thing was, like I could have played like a
No, no.
co-write.
No,
Glad
this
you
was so
played what
good
you
that you
played.
played what you played.
Like, I do
yeah.
that thing.
No, I'll
as
tell you
well.
this. I'm gonna get your number of this. I want to write with you.
Hell yeah.
100%. Because being from California, a lot of my stuff is like West Coast inspired. So I feel like you would maybe bring that out of me, which would
Okay.
be sick. I'd love to write a song with you. I think that'd be cool.
I literally have a song called West Coast Outlaw.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like the West Coast
Let's
country
go.
thing. I think is like
Yeah, dude.
Let's
You
do
have
it.
like a little Red Hot Chili Peppers vibe
That
too.
so
Yeah.
much, so much.
And that's
Hey,
there we go.
Anthony Kiedis.
Dude, that's my favorite band. That's my favorite band.
Let's
so
go. That's
Yeah,
right.
well, that's why I was
No.
asking his influences, but he
That's
never
crazy.
answered.
No,
I got
No,
I got
no,
you.
no, no.
That was
you're
bold
good,
on
you're
my
good.
part.
You
I
just
have
showed me
two hands,
Michigan. We
yeah,
were
it's okay.
confused.
We'll get it. We'll edit that out, right?
That's crazy. Well, I think we're, if you want to date, Sophia's, I'll pay for the dinner. That's, I'll set that up. That's on me. Here, actually,
I'll take
I
it.
got
For
the
fuck's
first
sake.
date right here.
Oh my god.
It's a free tour on me. Big Machine Distillery. Here, I'll give you one. And for the second date, I'll give you one.
Thank
There you go.
so much.
And you guys can figure it out.
Are you gonna be there?
My god.
No. I'll
I want to
show up.
go. Can I come?
I feel like everyone should go.
Either way.
I'll be like competing for your
here's 3
attention. I'll be like, don't talk to her. I want to hear more about your background.
Oh my
This is the
God.
most unhinged I've ever been.
I feel like we're objectifying you. The main point here is
Yeah, we are.
Girl,
This is
by
fucked
the way,
up.
We're
if this was a girl
objectifying
up
you.
here, that'd be fucked
No.
up.
Yeah.
You know
The
what?
main
Yeah,
thing
we're
is
delete this from
the
the podcast.
song was really, really, really good. You have a great vibe.
Just kidding.
I hope you find, if you haven't found the people in Nashville that do what you do, because there's such a cool community. Like, I just appreciate that community and like am a fan of it. I'm writing commercial country and commercial pop music every day. But what you're doing, like, I there's so much of that here.
Yeah.
And I think you're so good at what you're doing. And like, I just would like your music as a fan. Like, I don't even know how to critique
sure.
it because I would just put that on my Spotify playlist. That's what I
Yeah.
listen to.
Is that song out?
Yeah.
That one's not. The
It's
one
not?
I originally was gonna do is.
Well, you should put that one
I was
out.
gonna
It's
say
great.
you didn't play the one you originally wrote
Well,
because
Sophia,
I was like
tell
this.
them what's going to happen when that song comes out.
Okay, for God's fucking sake. Okay, no.
What's happening when that song comes out?
I'm just saying. I think well, it's what? 5, 6, 7, 8. It's A-listed.
Wait. There we go. My laptop froze.
The pause.
Even my laptop is intimidated by you, dude. It just froze up.
That's awesome.
Okay, but no. Aside from everyone ruining my life, you were so good. Like, oh my God, I was like immediately like, because.
Let's go on a date.
Big
That's
rock
what
and
she
roll,
said.
big rock and roll girl. I mean, I know it's AC/DC, but like still,
Hey, they're sick.
they are. And you crushed, and like you have just like a thing, like you have the thing, you know. Not because I'm trying to date you.
I love it.
Like, you have the thing that I want.
You
and
just
also the people want.
you have a thing that the people want. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
genuinely ditto. And y'all together, like, your voices were so nice, for real.
It's giving
Thank
love.
you. Stop.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
song is like, it's one of those songs that it's like, I've never heard it.
What, the one we played?
Yeah, like
Oh, thank you.
I've never heard a song quite like that, but it's like also why hasn't this song existed? And I feel like those are the songs that do really well. So I gotta
Thank
give
you.
Joe, you're just
Thank
winning
you.
points.
Thank you.
You're winning points.
He's brownie pointing.
Wow.
Hardcore.
All right, well, I think I didn't know this show was called Love is Blind, but apparently it is. Joe, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Good, Joe.
Seriously, congratulations. Can't wait to hear more of you. That was awesome. So, do you guys see what it? I mean, now, hey, us guys now know what it feels like to be objectified by, you know.
I'm proud to be the double C.
Looks awesome.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
No, seriously, thank you guys for being on here. Ava, you are such an amazing, like, beyond talent in this town. This Nashville is so lucky to have you. I'm lucky to know you. You're one of the best songwriters you're going to probably be in the Songwriting Hall of Fame. I know it. I just know it.
You're
it's gonna
too
happen.
kind to me. Thank you.
Touch of genius.
And Sophia, thank you so much for being on here. I am now a new fan of yours after
Thank you.
today. Seriously, you have an incredible voice, amazing music. Cannot wait to hear your song coming out on Friday. But thank you guys so much. This is Playlisted. My name is Austin Burke, Ava Suppelsa, Sophia Scott. We'll see you guys next week.